So LeSean McCoy was once again in the crosshairs of many Dallas Cowboys content creators and fans after his recent comments on Dak Prescott. I know a lot of people have already spoke on LeSean McCoy, and I myself have done so previously, saying that he is one of the reasons why former athletes should not be automatically be given jobs in sports media. But his recent comments not only show his ignorance as someone that just got the job for the sake of him being an athlete, but it further shows that I think many people should first get experience before they can dive straight into being a sports media analyst. But with that being said, I'm going to be going over the comments that were said, why I believe they're egregious, and more importantly, why LeSean McCoy has no place in sports media. Let's get into it. Now, once again, this is the second time I have to talk about LeSean McCoy on this channel because of the egregious stuff he's saying on Speak For Yourself on FS1, and he's just saying it because for likes and attention. But the point of my video is not to address that portion, it's to say that he doesn't belong in sports media. That's just the honest take that I have here. So we're going to go over an article that covers basically what happened on the talk show when he said what he said, and then we're going to further discuss it. Now, as a side note, I couldn't post the video clip because I got a copyright strike, so this is me redoing the video again. So let's go ahead and dive into it. LeSean McCoy just shaded the hell out of Dak Prescott, calling the Dallas Cowboys quarterback ass and claiming he's playing like trash after a loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The ex-Philadelphia Eagles star unloaded on Dak during his appearance on FS1 Speak For Yourself this week, bluntly saying that number 4 is not living up to the expectations as the leader of America's team, and certainly not playing like a man deserving of a 4-year, $160 million contract. Dak is ass, McCoy said. Can I say that on TV? Because he is ass. LeSean's gripe comes on the heels of Dak Prescott's pick 6 that handed the Jags the win in overtime on Sunday, even though the interception was more due to receiver Noah Brown's failing to secure the pass that led to the pick 6. But McCoy says that the first pick that Dak threw earlier in the Week 15 matchup was terrible, and he criticized the vet for failing to secure the ball in crunch time and blowing a 17-point lead. McCoy says that that Dak's decision-making, making him known as a... McCoy says Dak's decision-making has been an issue all season and blames it for Dallas's loss to the Green Bay Packers last month as well. The picks he's throwing, he's not even trying to fit the ball through needles or smaller windows, McCoy said. These are like easy passes. They run the ball well. What else can you do? I'm paying you $160 million. That's how you play? If you tell me that's outstanding, I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words. And look, this is the dumbest thing I've heard. Is Dak Prescott playing the best football in the National Football League? Absolutely not. But he's playing good enough to win you games. I think that LeSean McCoy doesn't understand that, Dak leads the league in tight window throws, which that's not a good thing in a sense because when you look at schematically how the Dallas Cowboys are handling things on the offensive side of the ball, it's like they're forcing Dak to throw into these tight windows to get the job done, which is not good. And on top of that, Dak is not playing like ass because if you want to talk about the 2 losses he's had in overtime, let's see. He played well enough to get you to win, and also he got you a 28-point lead. And his defense blew a 14-point lead. Right? Oh, well, Dak threw 2 interceptions in that game. I've already talked about the interceptions, and I'm not going to talk about them anymore. If you want to hear my opinion on them, go watch my film breakdown on Dak Prescott's interceptions up until this point. Because at the end of the day, Dak Prescott played well enough to get you in position to win that game. And the same damn thing here. You know what the problem is? The problem is that it's a team goddamn sport. Yes, Dak Prescott threw an interception that led to a touchdown, and I'm not saying that he's off the hook for that. Absolutely not. No. But Dak Prescott did give the Cowboys the lead, right? And his defense couldn't make a goddamn stop, or, oh, by the way, what was the play calling like on the final drive that could have secured the Cowboys the win? Oh, you run it twice and then you throw a deep ball to Noah Brown? What the hell are we doing here? So again, LeSean McCoy just saying this does nobody any service. All he does is look like a complete dumbass and make it seem like he's just saying shit that he's like basically an average Twitter user. And I don't care what anybody has to say about LeSean McCoy. I think LeSean McCoy, while he was a great player and all this other stuff, his analysis has been ass. And I have no problem with saying that here on this channel. Why? Because the dude doesn't use any form of informed opinions, doesn't provide any factual evidence to back up what he's saying. He's like, oh, I'm all about the eyeball test, and then he says not too long later, oh, well, we need to look at the stats because you can't just you can't just not use stats in, having an opinion. Like, LeSean McCoy has no place in sports media, and I have firmly said that, and I'm going to say it again. Listen, he is further proving the point that former athletes shouldn't just have an immediate say in the sports media. Why is that? Because, dude, just because that you play the sport doesn't mean you don't know how to look at it the same way that others do, right? And this is kind of what annoys me when it comes to the discussion of how sports media operates, because it's all about clicks and likes. But, like, what's funny, right, is that when you are given the opportunity to state an opinion, right, usually you have to back up what you're saying. That's like grade school level stuff, right? But the fact that LeSean McCoy is just saying stuff for the sake of saying stuff shows that he can't do things on a basic grade school level. And I'm not trying to say the guy's dumb, even though I think he is dumb. But listen, it's fact checking. It's providing people with correct information. That is something that has been lost in sports media, and unfortunately, that's never coming back because all they care about is getting likes, views, clicks, and by the way, no one really watches Speak for Yourself. All they can do is get the likes and clicks on Twitter, and so with that, I think that many people need to understand that LeSean McCoy is just going to say shit for the sake of saying shit, even though he is ass as a commentator. But look, my opinion might not be the best for everybody because some people hold the opinion that Dak is trash, right? Even though there is nothing that states that he's trash. In fact, all statistical viewpoints show that he is a top 10 passer and a top 10 quarterback in the league. Again, I'm not saying that Dak is the best quarterback in the league. However, the fact of the matter is that when you look down to it, in the games that he's been back, in the 2 games that we have lost, Dak Prescott played well enough to give you a 14-point lead. Dak Prescott played well enough to give you a 17-point lead, and if you even want to retract the touchdown that was given, I mean, realistically, he played you good enough to give you a 10-point lead, even though that it was a 3-point after that. And he gave you the lead at that point. So I don't really want to listen to people tell me that Dak Prescott's ass when this guy has literally had to overcome the dumbassery of the Dallas Cowboys in the last couple of weeks that he's had to deal with. And yes, he's not played perfect football, but when you look at the roster of the Dallas Cowboys and you have to look at what the dumb shit that we had to go through, I am not shocked that Dak Prescott is getting the scrutiny he's getting because it's Tony Romo all over again, and not a lot of people have been talking about it until recently. Yes, I've said this since years past that he is going through the same route that Tony Romo has gone through, and I think that it's funny to me that we're now arrived at this particular situation. I have nothing more to say on LeSean McCoy other than the guy is ass as a commentator on sports and all this other stuff. He doesn't deserve to be in sports media, and this isn't my emotions just saying that. It's because, realistically, dude, if you're not able to provide people with basic facts and evidence to support your argument, and you're just saying shit for the sake of saying shit on a grade school level, that you're unable to provide like any form of analysis, I don't believe you should be in sports media. And there are others, and I will say this, there are others that are able to provide facts and evidence that use it for things that, like, you really shouldn't be saying, right? And of course, there are people that manipulate stats to say things. So it goes on both sides of the coin. I will say that. But again, LeSean McCoy, get the hell out, and he should not, he shouldn't be brought back. When he was off the show, I know a lot of people were saying, oh, did they fire him? It was really funny. But yeah, LeSean McCoy has no place in this. Tell me what you guys feel about him. And, hey, do you hold the same opinion as him? But yeah, I'll let you guys have at it in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.